we go with that?
Music.
That's great. Done.
Hello, Brunswick Middle School music families, and welcome to our spring virtual concert. I'm Mrs. Wonk.
I'm Ms. Sponsler.
I'm Mr. Albright.
I'm Mr. Allen. And I'm Mr. Little.
And as a department, we are thrilled to share with you all of the hard work that your students have done this school year.
As we all know, nothing about this year has been normal. And while this is not our traditional concert format, we are very excited to share this concert with you tonight. Because of COVID, we've only been making music together in our classrooms for a couple of months, and our students had to really quickly get back into that performance classroom mindset. But despite all those difficulties, our students have come a really far way in a short amount of time.
We want to take a moment to thank our BMS colleagues for being flexible with the prime time schedule and allowing us time to record our performances. We also want to thank our BMS administrators for their continued support of the music program. Also, the BMS custodian, secretary, and support staff, we want to thank them for taking such good care of our students and our building.
Another huge thank you goes out to the Brunswick Booster Organization. That's OPUS, PVPO, and the Choir Boosters provided us with many resources to support the music education of our BMS students. Thank you to the families of the Brunswick community for supporting music in Brunswick School. We wouldn't be here if we didn't believe that music education is important as everything else your child does during the school day.
And last but not least, we want to say a huge thank you to all of our amazing students here in the BMS music program. This group of kids, they were creative, they were enthusiastic, and they were willing to learn with us as we kind of figured out how to teach with the virtual learning and hybrid and finally back in school. And as you're going to see in here tonight, these students truly exceeded our expectations for this super uncertain time for us. And we are super excited to share this concert with you, with our families and with our students as well.
All right, folks, it's time for the show. Make some popcorn, get some ice cream, make use of this unique opportunity to actually sit with your student and watch their performance as opposed to having them on stage. We really hope you enjoy all of the performing ensembles tonight.
Good evening and welcome to the orchestra portion of tonight's concert. Thank you again for supporting your students during such a trying year. It has been great to be back and make music in such a beautiful space. This 8th grade orchestra never fails to put a smile on my face. I end my day with them and I love that these kids like to play music together. They're such good friends and so supportive, so it has been a joy to work with them all year. We have 3 pieces for you this evening. First up will be Dragon Dances. That is in a minor key, so students had to work on changing their half steps and whole steps, as well as balance and tone, because sometimes the violins and violas have the melody, sometimes the cellos and basses do. Our second piece this evening will be Cello Squadron. Predominantly, you guessed it, the cellos have the melody. It does change meter though, so they start to feel in 3/4 and change to 4/4, as well as a key signature. So they had to change their half steps and whole steps throughout the piece because of the key signature change. So that was something that was pretty challenging at first, but I think they've totally done a great job. Last up, we have Red Pepper, and that is a Zydeco feeling piece that the students took to right away. They have some syncopation in there, which was something that they weren't used to, as well as some major dynamic changes. So please enjoy the orchestra portion of tonight's concert.
next is our BMS 8th grade choir. We are so excited to share our accomplishments with you.
The choir students started singing during hybrid instruction, but we didn't really sound like a full choir until we all returned face-to-face in March. That's when we started working on preparing this music for our concert tonight.
As you watch our video performance tonight, you will see video clips and pictures of our choir students. We enjoyed preparing this performance for you.
The first piece you will hear tonight is The Journey. Joseph Martin took two famous folk melodies, Simple Gifts and Going Home, and combined them to create this beautiful work. We hope you enjoy this performance.
Our next piece is by Natalie Sleet. Throughout this piece, we work through singing two-part harmony, singing in minor key, and singing these lyrics clearly. Please enjoy our performance of Promised Land.
Come along and you will see. Our next piece is Best Day of My Life, which was made famous by the band American Authors. While we were learning this song, we reflected on what the best day of our lives have been or what they might be. Students talked about many things, but almost everyone shared the idea of spending time with family and friends. We hope you enjoy our performance of this familiar pop tune, Best Day of My Life.
One last thing before we sing our final piece, we want to thank our families and friends for supporting us through this crazy year.
We know that hybrid and virtual learning has been very challenging for everyone, and we thank you for your patience and help through these trying times.
Our last piece is Somewhere Over the Rainbow. The song was first made by Judy Garland in the classic movie The Wizard of Oz. Izuru Kabulule, a Hawaiian singer and activist, combined this song with What a Wonderful World in his 1990 album. We are singing the version of this song that was inspired by his work. We hope you enjoy our last song.
Hello and thank you for watching our 8th grade music concert. Up next is the band. We started this school year virtually, so we were playing our instruments alone at home. In January, once we received our bell covers en masse, we started performing in person. But even then, only half of the class was in person at any given time. In March, when almost everyone came in person, class started feeling like a real band rehearsal. And that's when we started learning the music that we are performing for you tonight.
The first piece you will hear is Air Force One by Chris Bernodes. In the program notes, Mr. Bernodes says, "The rhythmic drive and uplifting melodies of Air Force One evoke the proud spirit symbolized by the famous presidential aircraft. This was the most challenging piece our band performed this year, and we are excited to show how far we've come. Please enjoy Air Force One.
Our next piece is the catchy pop tune Havana. Camilo Cabello dominated the pop chart with this tune. The rhythmic, rooted, singable melody made this a fun song to learn, and we hope you enjoy our performance of Havana.
Before our last piece, we want to say a few thank yous. First, thank you to Mr. Brian Bennett, our percussion teacher, Mr. Bennett visits our building every Tuesday and gives our percussion students individualized instruction. We appreciate his contributions to our program.
Thank you to the Brunswick Band Parents Organization, our booster group, for their support. Also, thanks to our parents for supporting our music education. We know it's been a really crazy year, and we appreciate all that you've done to help us through the virtual learning.
Our last piece needs no introduction if you're from the state of Ohio. We hope you enjoyed the unofficial Ohio State football team's anthem, Hang On Sloopy.